The problem is, it's not even just showing up as a woman or anything like that. Nothing like that at all. The thing is that whatever we put out becomes a thing, it becomes an object. So whenever we objectify things, it's automatically distant from us, which is not really reality, because when we do things that we actually love or that we've dreamed of, it's a lot of our personality in it. That makes everything super, super complicated, because now we have the pressure of fitting in or finding a place as a brand, because you're always going to be a brand, no matter what you do, no matter if you offer services, even if you're just a creator, so to speak, a personal brand. These are all brands. Brand is just the packaging, the how does it look like? What do people think this is? You know, category wise, value wise. Does this look expensive or not? Does this look like something for me or not? Does this look like something I would get as a gift or not? These things we often really overlook, and that makes everything so complicated. Because in the end of the day, that's what it's about. If you sell things, then it's about selling nice things to nice people, so to speak, instead of, it's what my mentor told me today. Instead of having all of this big everything like rules and regulations, and you're supposed to do this and that, and you're supposed to make this and that amount of money, and within the first 3 months, and da 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 da. And I'm also a person who managed, you know, within businesses, several different things. And it's interesting that even with that experience, even having studied certain things, I'm like, why is it so difficult for me to put my brand out there? And it's because people come with, oh, this is a shit post, oh, this is not, you know, this is not the ideal thing to do, and you need these content pillars, and it all has to be in there somewhere. While that might be true, what none of these people want to admit, especially the people who charge money, and yes, I will charge money to do business consultations, because it's a lot of experience that goes into the advice and research and all of these things. But what they don't want to tell you, because it's not very appealing, is that it still takes time. If there was a perfect path to take, it would still take time or a bunch of money. And you never know if somebody is really successful, like impressively successful. You never really know the circumstances. So when I feel overwhelmed, I know that there's a reason, and it's because of so many things that are on our minds whenever we do something, you know. And most people don't have really the luxury to kind of, let's say you don't have a job and you want to start making money. Well, that might be the best possible scenario, even though it feels the worst. But then another person has more security because they have an income. Maybe they have a part-time job or something. It's not enough. It's not fulfilling. They want to change. But then these people already have so much on their list that when you're bombarded with so many rules and so many different things, you almost feel paralyzed. Like you don't want to start anything because it might be the wrong thing. And it's true. Nothing wastes more time than doing the wrong thing. But it's nothing wrong with not being perfect or not being refined or change. I felt this pressure of having my brand look a certain way, so every single content has to be a certain way. And that didn't really get me anywhere. And also you're limiting yourself so much, like you never know what will work or what people connect with the most. You never know. So I posted one random rant. It wasn't really a rant. It was just like somebody came in, like a security of the shop I was in, and he was talking about it. I was just talking and just kind of talking about these strikes, these tube strikes that we always have here in London, where for a week the underground will not drive because they want more money or whatever. It's just, I was just kind of talking about that. And that video got like, I don't know, 800 views or something. And it's just that, you know? I didn't really even have to edit it much or anything. I just made it short so it's not too long. But yeah, that's it. And I'm holding my jewelry while I'm talking, which, yeah, maybe people are not going to click on it and then think, oh, I'm going to buy this jewelry that she's just happened to have in her hand. But as a person who's like an artist doing something, it's kind of weird if you don't put yourself there at all. Like we don't have to be the face, the influencer, kind of trying to be an influencer. But we should show up for our brand, and it shouldn't be so much about us. It should be more like an excitement about, hey, let me show you this, you know, look what I made now. And yeah, that way we put out so much more content that's actually, you know, it actually resonates. It's actually worth watching because either somebody's interested or not. Either they like what you're doing or not. Either they like the color or not. Everybody has a different taste. And there's so many people on the internet that you are going to find a bunch of people have the same taste as you. Even if it's not 100%. But they still like what you're doing. I was surprised by some of the people who were buying my things. I really was. I couldn't 100% anticipate it. Like I had an idea and I was not wrong. But it's always going to be people who surprise you, you know? So the moral of the story is don't hold yourself back. Don't let yourself be overwhelmed. There's a lot of people, including me, giving advice. But trust me, it's usually the more simple things that are important. Like right now, I'm kind of it's not an artist block. It's like a business block. Because I thought, yeah, I have to put this big picture, this perfect catalog out there. And I just can't do it as a single person in my business. I just can't. But I have other good things going. Like I have a physical place where I sell. So while I'm playing around with all of the different designs and stuff, I look at what's actually selling. So now I have an idea about like maybe 1 to 3 products that I'm going to put online and make that really presentable and with my high standards as I want it to be. Instead of feeling like, oh, I have to do these 15 things, these 15 products all at once, which obviously doesn't happen, but then it's so overwhelming and like getting into it is really difficult. Procrastination is going to be really high the more overwhelmed you are. So if you tell yourself just one product, and it's just a start, it doesn't mean you have to pick the best product or the best thing and this is going to be your main income. Like if you think about it that way, you can never make it as fantastical as it seems to make a lot of money with one product. Because that's crazy. That's very successful. Like making a lot of money with one product. Right? So I put so much pressure, I put so much on there that I'm like, nah, this content is not good enough. Nah, this is not, you know? While you might just need to post mediocre content 20 times to start just getting more people to go there, and then maybe Google or whatever else platform is gracing you with putting you a little bit higher on the list where you appear, right? And these things take time. You can't just say, in a year I'm gonna make 50,000. Like, yes, amazing, great. Like, if you can do it, please let me know, right? But teach us. Teach us the way. But everybody's so individual. You're just already kind of throwing the towel when you let yourself be overwhelmed and let other people always tell you what's the best thing to do, the most optimal thing to do. And sometimes, to be honest with you, sometimes I watch these videos and I'm like, you know, you don't even have me, you don't even have my attention, and I have a long attention span. especially if I'm interested in something. I'm used to research. I grew up without a phone. I'm still the generation where we didn't have these things, right? I had to sit, watch TV when they decided to show a program. You have to wait through the advertisement break, which is 15 minutes. Like the younger generation nowadays, they don't understand, yeah, these 30-second or 2-minute ads or whatever is a lot, but imagine 15 minutes. And some some channels really did that every half an hour because they show one episode and then it's a break. So you're like, how many ads are you watching a day? Like, how much time if you watch TV for hours? It was crazy. So yeah, I'm also used to the fast pace now. But it's funny that these people say they have all of this optimization going on and they know how to make the perfect video. And to me, it's not really appealing. It's just not. Maybe I have an artist brain. So the same thing that appeals to other people want to start up the business or whatever doesn't apply to me. And they say they make a lot of money with that knowledge and they're successful. And I'm like, okay. And I see that all the time. Stuff I don't like, a lot of people like. Stuff I don't think would work, works. And stuff, sadly, that I think would work, doesn't work. So instead of throwing the towel, think about what you're actually doing. I still see a lot of people posting things that is just kind of, I can't find a good word to describe it, but it's just kind of bothersome to watch. You know, strange, outdated editing, like the whole screen suddenly flips around and bounces around and goes into some rectangle, and you know, this type of CapCut thing that everybody is using because it's free and kind of easy to start, you know, using as editing. It's really tiring to watch. And it's too long. It's just nothing happening. Like if within 3 seconds there's nothing going on, like nobody's talking, there's nothing to follow, it's just kind of one long clip, that doesn't fly anymore. That's the type of stuff people used to upload on YouTube 20 years ago. I'm not joking. And people think, well, oh, why am I only getting 20 views? That's why, you know? And I didn't want to admit it to myself when I got like 200 views or something on Instagram, that it was because my content wasn't that great. And I knew it, but it's just so much. It was so much already to be on that level that I am posting, that I'm not just hiding myself in a cave being depressed all my life. You know, I just was like, okay, I have to break out of this. I have to be myself because there's nothing left to do. I don't feel right as a person just living how other people want to live and tell me how to live, and it just never worked. So I had to find myself over years and years and realize sometimes I'm like, hey, I don't really know who I am or what I want. And I have these things in the back of my mind that I always wanted to do. But, right? But it's hard, but this, but that. It doesn't have to be. Like, you can pick one thing and just do that one thing. That's how I started YouTube, and I was surprised that I got like 600 subscribers now. And it was through 1 or 2 videos that I didn't even think were that great. Like, one was a ranting video, and the other one was about like sensitive people, how people say, oh, you're too sensitive, this and that, you need to toughen up, this and that. But that's actually, these people should start being more sensitive because they're, you know, it's a whole video. If you care, you can go, but watch it. But I'm not gonna link it because it's not, that's what I mean. Like, I'm looking back and I'm like, you know, maybe I'm gonna refilm it because it's actually a good topic. It's still relevant. But I didn't think it was like amazing. But people still received it, You know, people wrote things, told me in the comments what they think. And it's amazing. It's amazing to have it work out in an authentic way like that. Like, not, there's no overthinking, there's trying. You need to try, we need to experiment. A lot of us have a very low threshold for doing these things. Like, there were many times where I paused YouTube, I paused Instagram, paused all of these things and kind of disappeared because it got too much. The pressure, the expectation, the negative feelings that, oh, I'm not fitting in, people don't like me, I'm not good enough. You know, all of these things, they just came in and destroyed the fun. And the only way I get so many things done now, that I'm still a mother who's taking care of a child by herself while doing all of these things, the only way I can do it is being playful, being, you know, it's almost like instead of crying about it, I would laugh about something. It's not because I force myself, it's just, I don't know, just sitting there and thinking about things. I realized how ridiculous sometimes things are. Like, people who don't have success or don't know about, let's say, fashion, right? Because I started a fashion brand. They want to tell me, oh, this is too hard. Oh, this is oversaturated. Well, who the hell are you to do you have a fashion brand? No. Why are you talking like that? Like, what is that? Trying to be a mentor? And a real mentor doesn't speak like that. And that's why I needed to share this, because I had this amazing conversation today. And I have this opportunity. And that's also one thing, getting the mentorship and stuff like that. Getting funding that I never thought was possible in the past. For me, out of all people, I was like, no. Other people win prizes and stuff, not me. Never. I was never that way. I was never number one in anything. That's how I felt. I mean, maybe it's not true. That's how I felt a lot of times. You know, I just went for it and I said that I like it, that I believe in it. That is the most important thing. That is the main thing. And there's reasons why I believe in it. There's reasons why I do what I do. And that needs to be shared. That is the brand. And everything else just follows along. So don't overthink it, right? Anyway, subscribe if you want to get more of these insights, because I keep working with different people and I'm trying to do other things as well, like adding more things to my collection, making things bigger, like kind of building an empire. Even if it sounds a bit like, sounds a bit crazy, sounds a bit delusional, but at the same time, is it? It's not really, if you give it enough time. You know what I mean? So anyway, follow and subscribe if you like this, and share with people you think would need it, because all of us have buried dreams that we don't really want to, we're like, you know, not everybody's ready. But as soon as we start, you know, it's so overwhelming. And that's why some of us, we have ideas and it doesn't really go far. So don't do too many things at once, even if you have amazing ideas, because a lot of people have ideas, but the execution is the main issue. And not being patient enough to let things grow. So do something that you can do for a long time, that is not overworking you, that is not making you feel burned out, so you can keep it up, right? With the least stress possible, because you're gonna have the best odds. People don't like stress and desperation and content and all kinds of things that comes out of this energy, this low energy. It's not nice. You're gonna think, oh, what I'm doing is not that great. It's not that. It's the energy. It's the energy, right? So yeah, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for being here, and talk to you soon. Bye.